From the Arcturian Council, a red alert, a critical week looms in June. Beloved siblings of this exquisite planet, the voice of Master Lady Nada resonated. Greetings to you all. A disquieting phenomenon is unfolding across your world, its manifestations growing increasingly pronounced. Between June 15th and 21st, your Earth will be drawn into what many are calling the most perilous energetic week of the year. However, this extends beyond mere seismic activity or political upheaval. It delves into the very fabric of timelines. According to the Arcturian Council, a significant temporal cleansing is now in progress. This signifies a real-time rewriting of the future itself. Should you find yourselves experiencing feelings of unease, anxiety, or detachment from reality, know that you are not alone. This is far more than a simple shift. It represents a profound spiritual reset. And if you are receiving this message, it is because you are destined to comprehend the events that are about to unfold. As June 15th approaches, a palpable tension permeates the very air. This isn't just individual stress. It's a pervasive global frequency pressure. The Earth's energetic grid is undergoing a colossal transformation, and that pressure is escalating towards its zenith. This week marks a convergence of solar flares, planetary alignments, and cosmic portals, amplifying everything: our emotions, our fears, and our innermost truths. For those of advanced years in particular, this week may feel like navigating a landscape of dissolving memories, as reality itself seems to crumble beneath their feet. Many elders are reporting peculiar physical and emotional shifts. These may manifest as dizziness, profound fatigue, or sudden bursts of alertness. These are not merely the hallmarks of aging. They are symptoms of exposure to the planet's ascending resonance. The Earth's frequency is on the rise, compelling every mental, emotional, and spiritual system to recalibrate. Your body is not mistaken. It is responding to a genuine phenomenon. This week's danger stems not only from external occurrences, but also from the immense demands it places upon your inner landscape. Long-held beliefs may shatter. Deep-seated habits may abruptly vanish. You may experience disorientation or the sensation of being out of sync with those around you. This represents the real-time divergence between old and new energetic pathways. You may also find yourselves recalling years, individuals, or moments that have lain dormant for decades. This is not mere nostalgia. It is your memory field being accessed as timelines begin their purge. Your soul is reconnecting the dots across the tapestry of your life. What may appear random is, in fact, meticulously designed. You are being shown where your thread of reality must now shift. While fear is a natural response, it is not warranted. The coming week is not about retribution. It is about strategic positioning. You are being aligned, not assailed. Allow this time to be one of careful observation and compassionate self-care. Slow down. Listen intently. Resist the urge to react impulsively to external distractions. What is breaking down is creating space for what your soul has yearned to experience for lifetimes. What does the Council mean by timeline purge? When contemplating timelines, most envision a linear progression from past to future. However, from a spiritual perspective, timelines are intricate, interwoven threads. Each choice we make initiates a new strand of potential. Over time, unused or corrupted timelines accumulate, forming a dense energetic clutter. The timeline purge refers to the process of dissolving these heavy, obsolete patterns, thereby clearing the path forward. This purge is far from gentle. It strips away aspects of your identity that you may have held onto for decades. You may feel an internal compulsion to release something or someone without fully grasping the reason why. This could be a relationship, a career narrative, or a long-held worldview. That urgency is your soul shedding a path to which it no longer belongs. Many older individuals may experience this as emotional surges, particularly linked to decisions made long ago. Regret may surface, but its purpose is not to punish. It is to facilitate release. This purge is not about judging the past. It is about clearing the energetic residue of timelines that are no longer aligned with the Earth's ascending frequency. You are being invited into a cleaner, truer reality. Peculiar synchronicities also form part of this process. You may hear the same phrase repeated, see recurring numbers, or encounter individuals who played significant roles in your past. These are signals from your higher consciousness, reminders that your reality is undergoing restructuring. Each event is an echo of a timeline collapsing or being rewritten. This week, allow things to unfold without succumbing to panic. The purge is intelligent. It does not remove what you still require. It clears what holds you back from realizing your full potential. Trust the shedding process. What follows will feel lighter, truer, and more aligned than anything you have previously encountered. Why are cosmic timelines shifting on Earth now? The Earth is not merely a planet. It is a conscious entity within a vast cosmic network. Just as your body responds to stress or relaxation, the planet responds to galactic movements. Currently, a potent alignment is triggering shifts in its energetic timelines. This shift was anticipated, but its intensity has surpassed many expectations. It is not simply a frequency change. It is a complete recalibration of Earth's position in the cosmos. These changes are not confined to astrology or energy work. Scientists have already observed increased solar activity, fluctuations in the magnetic field, and even minor tremors in otherwise stable regions. The Arcturian Council describes this moment as a gateway where humanity can either elevate or collapse its collective trajectory. Timelines are akin to pathways, and one by one, the detours are vanishing. For older souls, this may be a painful yet liberating moment. You have carried wisdom through your lifetimes, and you may feel you are outgrowing even your own beliefs. This is part of the shift. What once seemed certain or sacred may now feel too small. That is not loss. It is evolution. Your consciousness is expanding to match the Earth's new frequency. You may also feel increasingly sensitive to dishonesty or manipulation. This is because old timelines were built on illusion. As the purge continues, truth becomes heavier, impossible to ignore. Thus, people in systems. Okay, I understand. I will rewrite the provided text, adhering to all specified requirements, including maintaining the original meaning, using US English, consistent character names, now, Arcturian Council, critical week, council mean, mass events, as June, the role, beings feel, signs that, Lady Nada and others, and ensuring continuity with the preceding paragraph. I will focus on a metaphorical and profound style, while keeping all information intact. Here's the rewritten text. Wisdom through your lifetimes, and you may feel you are outgrowing even your own beliefs. This is part of the shift. What once seemed certain or sacred may now feel too small. That is not loss. It is evolution. Your consciousness is expanding to match the Earth's new frequency. You may also feel increasingly sensitive to dishonesty or manipulation. This is because old timelines were built on illusion. As the purge continues, truth becomes heavier, impossible to ignore. Thus, people in systems built on falsehood begin to collapse. It's not your fault, that the drone of the news or the hum of certain conversations has become unbearable. You are, in essence, aligning with what resonates as real. That's why this moment, this breath, matters more profoundly than ever before. The Earth, in her infinite wisdom, has chosen a higher path, and humanity now stands at a crossroads, faced with the pivotal decision of whether to rise to meet that choice. This isn't a forced march. It's a soul-deep decision, a whisper from the core of your being. Every conscious breath, every moment of presence, helps to anchor the new grid, a shimmering foundation rising beneath your very feet. The Arcturian Council understands the timeline purge doesn't just play out in the celestial sphere. It manifests within your physical form. You may have been experiencing peculiar symptoms lately, sensations that defy conventional medical explanation. Know this, it isn't your imagination running wild. Many individuals, especially those who have cultivated years of spiritual and emotional wisdom, are feeling the brunt of this purge within their bodies. The body, ever the steadfast vessel, is always the last to adapt. But when it does, its voice is a resounding chorus. Common signs include a heavy weight pressing upon the chest, a persistent pressure within the head, a subtle stiffness in the joints, or the sensation of electric static dancing through your limbs. These are not harbingers of illness. They are telltale signs of energetic overload, a symphony of shifts. Your system is actively clearing timelines, shedding old stories, and releasing long-held emotional residue. Just as the Earth releases magnetic energy through the raw power of storms, your body releases stagnant data through waves of discomfort. Even older adults might experience unexpected emotional releases, tears that flow without a discernible reason, or sudden bursts of laughter that bubble up from nowhere. This is your energy field shedding its skin, letting go of what no longer serves. You are not losing control. You are, in fact, allowing your obsolete self to crumble into dust. Once that weight lifts, your body will feel lighter than air, clearer than crystal, and infinitely more receptive to the subtle whispers of spiritual guidance. Nausea, dizzy spells, and shifts in appetite are also common indicators. Your gut, your second brain, is often the first to react during this profound purge. You might find yourself craving simpler, more grounding foods, an increased intake of water, or the need for rest at unconventional hours. This is a natural response. Resist the urge to force normalcy. Your biology is preparing for something that your conscious mind hasn't yet fully grasped. The most potent support you can offer your body during this time is stillness and unwavering permission. Let it move as it wishes. Let it sleep more deeply. Let it cry freely. What might feel like a breakdown is, in reality, a profound realignment. Your body is undergoing a vital upgrade, preparing to not just survive, but to thrive in a new frequency of time. Critical Week reveals that humanity now stands before two open doors, one leading to a mass awakening, the other to a mass confusion. The energy radiating from as June 15th to 21st is incredibly potent, amplifying everything already present within the mind and heart. For those grounded in presence, this surge of energy feels like a clarion call to rise, to ascend to new heights of awareness. However, for those ensnared by fear, it might feel as though everything is spiraling out of control, a chaotic whirlwind threatening to consume them. Older generations are uniquely positioned to influence this critical choice. You have witnessed fear before, weathered its storms. You have lived through global shifts, navigated cultural changes, and experienced spiritual transitions. This moment calls upon you not to react impulsively, but to remember that everything you have already survived has been meticulous preparation for this very moment. The path of awakening isn't forged through force, but through unwavering awareness and a quiet, resolute refusal to feed the chaos. Mass confusion is already revealing its unsettling symptoms. Increased arguments, the proliferation of contradictory narratives, and sudden outbreaks of panic in places where stillness is desperately needed. This isn't because people are inherently bad. It's because the purge is pressing upon every unresolved emotion, bringing them to the surface. What hasn't been healed will now emerge, both individually and collectively. The choice before us is whether we rise with it, transformed and renewed, or fall beneath its weight, consumed by despair. You will know which path you are treading by the quality of your thoughts and the rhythm of your breath. Are you calmer than the frenzied news cycle? Are you clearer than the surrounding noise? If so, you are actively anchoring the awakening, serving as a beacon of light in the gathering storm. But if your energy is consistently drawn to every conflict, every sensational story, then it's time to pause, to step back, and to reevaluate. What the world desperately needs now is less knee-jerk reaction and more conscious presence, more mindful engagement. There is no punishment here, only opportunities for profound growth and transformation. The purge itself is neutral, a blank canvas, and what it reflects depends entirely on what we are willing to see, what we choose to project upon it. Confusion thrives on speed, on the relentless pursuit of the next distraction. Awakening, on the other hand, grows in stillness, nurtured by quiet contemplation. Choose your pace wisely this week, for it could very well determine which future you find yourself walking toward in the days to come. Signs that the timeline purge has already begun are all around you. For many, the purge has only just begun, a subtle shift in the fabric of reality. You may have noticed peculiar signs in recent days that disrupt your usual rhythm. People behaving oddly, electronic devices malfunctioning more frequently than usual, or abrupt mood swings that lack a clear trigger. These are not mere coincidences. They are indicators that the energy field surrounding you is undergoing a profound rewrite, a fundamental restructuring. The story you were living, the narrative you held so dear, is now being edited in real time, reshaped by unseen hands. You might also feel a growing sense of disconnection from things that once brought you immense comfort and joy. Favorite routines might feel strangely empty. Conversations might falter and lose their spark, and places you once loved might now seem foreign and unsettling. That emptiness is not a void, a gaping hole. It's a clearing, a necessary space being created for something new to emerge. Timelines that held meaning for the old version of you are dissolving, fading away, creating space for a new resonance, a more authentic vibration, to take root. Another potent sign is the collapse of time itself, the distortion of its familiar flow. Days blur together, time speeds up and slows down without any discernible logic or reason. Some older individuals report feeling as though a single day carries the weight of an entire week, or that entire weeks vanish from memory without a trace. This isn't mere forgetfulness. It's the nervous system recalibrating, adapting to the convergence or disappearance of entire timelines. You might also be witnessing increased timeline bleed, where you see, dream, or feel something that doesn't align with this particular moment in time. It could be a vivid memory from a parallel path, a glimpse into a life you might have lived, or an emotion stemming from a choice you never actually made. This isn't a figment of your imagination. It's an expanding perception, a broadening awareness of the vast tapestry of existence. The purge removes the illusion of separation, allowing you to feel the presence of timelines you never even knew you were living, to experience the echoes of possibilities that once were. The role of repetition of collective trauma and its hidden meaning must be understood. Lately, collective fear and old wounds have been rising like vapor from the earth, a palpable sense of unease permeating the atmosphere. Global tensions, sudden outbursts of anger and frustration, emotional volatility, all are part of the same deeper process, interconnected threads in a larger pattern. As the purge clears old. Okay, here's the rewritten passage, adhering to all your specifications, including maintaining continuity with the previous segment and consistent naming conventions. Energetic timelines, unhealed trauma must surface before it can be released. This is not a setback. It is a sign that humanity is finally ready to face what has been buried for generations. Older individuals are especially attuned to this emotional wave. You have lived through war, loss, cultural shifts, and family evolution. Now, those memories may feel close again, not as pain but as echoes. The purge is not trying to punish you with the past. It is showing you where the light has yet to reach. You may weep for people you never knew or feel a sadness you cannot explain. That is collective energy moving through your field. Your heart, strengthened by time, can hold that energy without breaking. You are helping to release it, not just for yourself but for the collective grid of humanity. This is why compassion matters now more than ever. If someone rages, crumbles, or loses control, it is not personal. It is purge pressure. The more love you can hold in those moments, the more easily this trauma repetition will dissolve. Do not internalize the chaos. Witness it, breathe through it, and know that your calm presence is part of the Earth's healing process. Your soul contract in this week's cosmic alignment. Not everyone on Earth is here by accident. Many of us, especially those awakening later in life, chose to be here during this exact shift. The week of as June 15th to 21st is not just a crisis. It is a checkpoint for your soul contract. That sacred agreement your spirit made before this life is now entering a critical phase of updating. What no longer serves will be removed, often without warning. You may feel a sudden distancing from roles, identities, or even lifelong routines. They may no longer resonate with what once gave your life structure. That is not failure. It is fulfillment. Your soul agreed to certain deadlines, certain paths, and now that the Earth's vibration is rising, many of those agreements are complete. You are being prepared to receive new instructions. You may feel lost for a few days. That is natural. The space between contracts often feels like floating, but stay present. Pay attention to what still feels alive in your body, dreams, and the subtle conversations you have with your own heart. Your next purpose will not come through logic. It will emerge through inner clarity. This is why many older adults are awakening with new ideas, desires, or an unexpected sense of calling. Even in retirement, a new chapter begins. The universe is not done with you. In fact, it may have saved your most important work for last. This is not the end of your contract. It is the part where your signature begins to shine. Are you shifting to a new timeline? One of the most disorienting parts of the purge is feeling as if you have stepped into an unfamiliar version of your own life. Places look the same but feel different. People say things they normally would not. You may feel you are seeing reality but not fully within it. These are signs of a timeline shift, and they are increasing as June 21st approaches. Timeline shifts are not science fiction. They are energetic realignments that occur when your vibration no longer matches your environment. It is like stepping off a train before it reaches its destination and boarding a new one heading to a brighter place. You always feel it but notice the signs afterward. One of the first signs is an inner disorientation accompanied by quiet clarity. You may feel a sudden drop in your emotional weight, even without resolving a problem. That is because your soul has exited a loop that kept you repeating the same pain. You may also notice synchronicities increasing, seeing the same numbers, hearing repeated messages, or meeting people who feel instantly familiar. These are signals of the new path welcoming you. If this is happening to you, do not force understanding. Let your body adjust. Let your heart be curious. You are not crazy or confused. You are simply standing at the doorway of a higher timeline, and part of your consciousness is already crossing it. That is why this week is so crucial. It is not just about surviving the purge. It is about wisely choosing your next timeline. Fear feeds the old timeline grid. One of the most important truths to understand this week is that fear is the fuel of the old grid. Every panicked response, every judgment, every angry reaction strengthens the very timeline we are trying to dissolve. That is why fear is rising now, not because danger is guaranteed, but because the old frequency is fighting to survive. It thrives on chaos and uncertainty. Older individuals, especially those with long memories, may feel this battle more deeply. You have lived through times when fear dominated the world, and you know where that path leads. But now, something new is possible. The more you choose presence over panic, the less power the old grid has over your reality. You are not here to react. You are here to redirect energy with grace. This does not mean denying your emotions. It means witnessing them without being consumed. If the news upsets you, turn it off. If a conversation drains you, step back. Every time you choose peace over panic, you are starving the old system. You are withdrawing your spiritual energy from its circuit. That is how power transforms, not through confrontation but through energetic refusal. This week is not just about preparing for what is coming. It is about refusing to return to what has already failed. You have the right to choose a higher frequency, and by doing so, you become a thread of light in the new timeline the Earth is weaving. Let fear fall like dust. Let your energy speak the language of trust. Spiritual tools for navigating timeline disorientation as timelines dissolve and realities feel unstable. The energetic timelines, unhealed trauma must rise to the surface so it can be released. This surfacing isn't a setback. It signifies that humanity stands poised, at long last, to confront the buried legacies of generations past. The elder among you are uniquely attuned to this surging emotional tide, having navigated the tumultuous waters of war, loss, cultural earthquakes, and the ever-shifting sands of family dynamics. Now those dormant memories stir, not as the sting of pain, but as the faint echoes of what once was. The purge isn't a punitive measure designed to shackle you to the past. It's an act of revelation, illuminating the shadowed corners where light has yet to penetrate. Tears may flow for souls unknown, or a nameless sorrow may grip your heart, a resonance of collective energy coursing through your very being. Your heart, tempered by the crucible of time, possesses the fortitude to contain this energy without shattering. You are instrumental in its release, not only for your own liberation but for the healing of humanity's collective consciousness. This is why compassion reigns supreme in these times. Should someone succumb to rage, falter, or relinquish control, remember it's not a personal affront. It's the manifestation of the purge's intense pressure. The more love you can summon in those moments, the more readily this cycle of repeated trauma will dissipate. Resist the urge to internalize the surrounding chaos. Bear witness to it, breathe through it, and trust that your unwavering presence is an integral part of Earth's healing odyssey. Your soul contract in this week's cosmic alignment. Know this, dear ones. Few souls find themselves upon Earth by mere happenstance. Many among us, particularly those whose awakening dawns later in life, consciously chose to incarnate during this precise moment of transformation. The week of June 15th to 21st isn't merely a period of upheaval. It serves as a crucial checkpoint for your soul contract. That sacred covenant, forged by your spirit before embarking on this earthly sojourn, is now entering a pivotal phase of renewal. That which no longer aligns with your highest purpose will be shed, often with startling abruptness. You may experience a sudden detachment from roles, identities, or even lifelong routines, as they cease to resonate with the essence that once defined your existence. This isn't a sign of failure, but rather a testament to your soul's unwavering commitment to its divine blueprint. Your soul, in its infinite wisdom, agreed to specific timelines and predetermined pathways. And now, as Earth's vibrational frequency ascends, many of those agreements reach their culmination. You are being meticulously prepared to receive new directives, fresh mandates for your evolving journey. A sense of disorientation may linger for a few days, a natural consequence of navigating the liminal space between contracts. Embrace this feeling of floating, but remain anchored in the present moment. Attune yourself to the subtle whispers that still resonate within your body, your dreams, and the intimate dialogues you hold with your own heart. Your next purpose won't be unveiled through the cold lens of logic. It will emerge from the wellspring of inner clarity. This is why so many seasoned souls are experiencing a renaissance of new ideas, fervent desires, and an unexpected sense of calling. Even in the realm of retirement, a new chapter unfurls, beckoning you toward uncharted territories of purpose. The universe hasn't relinquished its hold on you. In fact, it may have reserved your most significant contribution for this very moment. This isn't the epilogue of your contract. It's the crescendo, the moment when your signature begins to blaze with radiant brilliance. Are you shifting to a new timeline? One of the most unsettling facets of this purge is the sensation of having stumbled into an unfamiliar iteration of your own existence. Familiar landscapes may appear unchanged, yet they emanate a distinct, unsettling aura. People utter words that defy their usual patterns of speech. You may perceive reality, yet feel somehow detached from its core. These are unmistakable signs that of a timeline shift, and their frequency intensifies as June 21st draws near. Timeline shifts aren't relegated to the realm of science fiction. They are profound, energetic realignments that transpire when your individual vibration no longer harmonizes with your surrounding environment. It's akin to disembarking from a train before it reaches its intended destination, and boarding a new vessel bound for a brighter, more resonant realm. You intuitively sense this transition, but often only discern the tangible signs in its aftermath. One of the initial indicators is a profound sense of inner disorientation, coupled with an unexpected surge of clarity. You may experience a sudden lifting of emotional weight, even in the absence of a resolved conflict. This is because your soul has severed ties with a cyclical pattern that perpetuated your suffering. Furthermore, you may observe a heightened frequency of synchronicities, encountering recurring numbers, overhearing repeated messages, or forging instant connections with seemingly unfamiliar individuals. These are the welcoming beacons of your new path, guiding you toward uncharted horizons. If you find yourself amidst this transformative experience, resist the urge to force understanding. Allow your physical form to acclimate to the shifting energies. Cultivate curiosity within your heart. You are neither insane nor confused. You are simply poised at the threshold of a higher timeline, with a portion of your consciousness already traversing its sacred ground. That is precisely why this week carries such monumental significance. It transcends the mere act of surviving the purge. It's about consciously and deliberately choosing your next timeline, the trajectory that will shape your destiny. Fear feeds the old timeline grid. One of the most profound truths to grasp during this pivotal week is that fear serves as the lifeblood of the old grid, the decaying matrix of outdated paradigms. Each panicked reaction, each judgmental thought, each outburst of anger, inadvertently fortifies the very timeline we are striving to dismantle. That is precisely why fear is permeating the atmosphere now, not because imminent danger is guaranteed, but because the old frequency is desperately clinging to its existence, fueled by chaos and uncertainty. The elder among you, particularly those with a rich tapestry of memories woven through the ages, may feel the intensity of this battle with particular acuity. You have witnessed firsthand the epochs when fear reigned supreme, and you intimately understand the desolate path it engenders. But now, a novel possibility dawns, beckoning you toward a brighter horizon. The more consciously you choose presence over panic, the less dominion the old grid exerts over your reality. You are not here to merely react to the unfolding events. You are here to redirect energy with grace, to transmute the discordant frequencies into harmonious vibrations. This doesn't necessitate suppressing your emotions. It entails witnessing them with compassionate detachment, allowing them to flow without consuming you. If the news provokes distress, simply turn it off. If a conversation drains your vital energy, gracefully disengage. Each time you consciously choose peace over panic, you are effectively starving the old system, severing its energetic lifeline. You are withdrawing your spiritual energy from its circuit, thereby diminishing its power. Transformation unfolds not through confrontational clashes, but through the unwavering act of energetic refusal. This week transcends the mere act of preparing for what lies ahead. It's about resolutely refusing to regress to the patterns that have already proven futile. You possess the inherent right to choose a higher frequency, and by embracing this right, you become a radiant thread of light in the new timeline that Earth is meticulously weaving. Let fear dissipate like dust in the wind. Let your energy resonate with the unwavering language of trust. Spiritual tools for navigating timeline disorientation. As timelines dissolve and realities feel unstable. As timelines dissolve and realities feel unstable, many individuals, particularly those seasoned by time, might find themselves adrift in a sea of energetic disorientation. Doubts may surface regarding one's purpose, a sense of being lost even in familiar surroundings, or waking up with a fleeting uncertainty about the very day. But rest assured, this is not a failure of memory. It is an energetic recalibration, a cosmic tune-up. When the external world trembles with change, your inner resources become your sole guiding star. And now, more than ever, these inner tools are indispensable. Simple spiritual practices can provide a much-needed anchor for your mind and spirit. Engage in deep breathing exercises several times throughout the day, allowing them to gently slow down your nervous system and restore a profound awareness of the present moment. Embrace gentle movements, such as leisurely walks, stretching, or even the simple act of rocking in a chair, to keep your energy flowing freely when timelines feel rigid or frozen in place. Sound, too, can be a powerful ally. Humming a gentle tune, listening to soft music, or even embracing the stillness of silence can restore coherence to your energetic field. For many elders, the act of journaling can become a powerful tool for self-discovery. Write down what you feel, rather than focusing on what you intellectually understand. Allow your hand to move across the page, even if your mind hasn't yet grasped the full scope of what's unfolding. Remember, your soul possesses a deeper knowing than your thoughts right now, and sometimes, writing can unlock the doorway that allows this profound knowledge to surface. Most importantly, grant yourself permission to rest. This is not laziness. It is energetic integration, a sacred act of self-care. When the Earth rewrites timelines, it reconfigures your very nervous system. Naps, moments of stillness, long, soothing baths, or even brief periods with your eyes closed are all sacred acts of adjustment. You are not falling behind. You are simply allowing your body to remember how to thrive in a world that is constantly becoming new. Why resonant beings feel more turbulence now. If you have been experiencing emotions with amplified intensity lately, joy, sorrow, anxiety, even the emotions of others, know that you are not overreacting. You are resonating. The more awake your energetic field, the more it absorbs and translates the energy of the world around you. Sensitivity, once perceived as a weakness, is now being revealed as a sacred strength, although it often arrives in waves. Elders and empaths, in particular, carry the frequency of lived memory, heart-centered awareness, and accumulated soul wisdom. As the Earth's timeline grid releases lower energies, those who are most attuned are often the first to feel the reverberations. You may experience exhaustion, not from overexertion, but from feeling what others are afraid to acknowledge. Your sensitivity is processing energy that others are still suppressing. There may be moments when the world's sadness overwhelms you, even if your personal life is peaceful and serene. This is not confusion. It is collective absorption, a shared experience of humanity. You are not being punished with emotion. You are a vessel through which global tension is being released through your own energetic field. You do not need to fix everything, but your presence, your breath, and your grounded kindness create a healing response that extends far beyond your immediate circle. Now is the time to protect your energy, not by shutting down or withdrawing, but by being selective about what you allow into your field. Choose stillness over stimulation. Choose depth over distraction. The more resonant you become, the more discerning you must be about where you direct your attention. You are evolving into a receiver of planetary intelligence. Treat your sensitivity as sacred equipment, not as a burden to be carried. The role of Arcturian codes this week. This critical week is not solely about what is collapsing. It is equally about what is being activated within you. Throughout this window of opportunity, specific waves of light codes are arriving from cosmic sources, including what many recognize as Arcturian Council transmissions. These codes are not visual or verbal in nature. They are frequency packets that are designed to update your energetic body, your DNA structure, and your intuitive senses. You may not see them with your physical eyes, but your soul receives them nonetheless. For those over 50, these codes may manifest as a feeling of warmth in the spine, a tingling sensation in the forehead, or an unusual sense of inner stillness. You may also receive them through your dreams, particularly during the liminal hours between 2 and 5 a.m., when your conscious mind is less guarded. These are not mere dreams. They are integration sessions where light is introduced to your subtle fields without resistance. If you feel a compelling urge to close your eyes more often, to daydream, or to crave solitude, it is because these codes require silence in order to fully land. Your body is not growing lazy. It is preparing to hold a more stable frequency in a world that is undergoing profound transformation. These light codes do not come to fix you. They come to awaken what was planted within you long ago. These updates can feel overwhelming if you resist them. That is why gentle surrender is key. Breathe deeply, allow yourself to pause when you feel internal pressure, and drink more water to aid in cellular integration. You are not merely receiving messages. You are becoming their carrier, a beacon of light in a changing world. These codes do not require your intellectual understanding. They simply require your willingness to receive them with an open heart. Galactic Council's anchoring strategies. During a timeline purge, ungrounded energy can easily spiral into panic and chaos. That is why anchoring strategies are being emphasized, not only by earthly guides but also by higher intelligences working in concert with humanity's evolution. These strategies are simple yet profoundly effective. They stabilize your energetic field, protect your clarity, and allow you to navigate intense shifts without succumbing to emotional collapse. The first and most powerful anchor is presence. In moments of overwhelm, direct your full attention to the smallest detail. The warmth of your hands, the sound of the wind rustling through the trees, or the sensation of your breath as it enters and leaves your body. These sensory checkpoints help to restore coherence between your body and the Earth's energetic field. Do not underestimate the profound grounding you can achieve simply by paying attention to where you are in this very moment. Another essential strategy is gentle repetition. Repeating a calming word or phrase helps to regulate your brainwaves during periods of timeline turbulence. A short prayer, a beloved hymn, or even the simple word peace can send soothing waves through your heart's energetic field. This technique becomes a bridge to traverse mental confusion, restoring rhythm to a day that feels fragmented and disjointed. Additionally, reduce energetic clutter in your life. If your home feels chaotic and overwhelming, simplify it. If certain conversations drain you of your energy, limit them. These are not selfish acts. They are acts of anchoring, essential for your well-being. You are creating a field that resonates with light, and that field requires a clean and clear space to function optimally. You are not hiding from the world. You are becoming a pillar of strength that helps the world stabilize during turbulent times. Media, mass events, and the timeline purge. What we observe in the media during a critical week like this is not merely, "Okay, I understand. I will rewrite the provided text," maintaining all original information and meaning, while adhering to the specified stylistic requirements and character name consistency. Here's the rewritten passage, designed to flow seamlessly from the preceding segment and meet all stated criteria. Drain you of your energy, limit them. These are not selfish acts. They are acts of anchoring, essential for your well-being. You are creating a field that resonates with light, and that field requires a clean and clear space to function optimally. You are not hiding from the world. You are becoming a pillar of strength that helps the world stabilize during turbulent times. Media, mass events, and the timeline purge. What we observe in the media during a critical week like this is not merely information. It is a reflection. As the timeline purge progresses, global headlines often mirror humanity's inner battles, a stark tableau of the soul projected onto the world stage. What appears as external conflict is, more often than not, the collective's shadow self, thrust into the light for release, a necessary purging of accumulated darkness. The true peril lies not within the event itself, but in the manner in which we internalize it, the echo it creates within our own being. Older individuals, particularly those who are frequent consumers of media, might experience heightened stress or even physical discomfort after exposure to certain narratives. This stems from the body's inherent difficulty in differentiating between witnessed trauma and lived experience. The nervous system, a sensitive instrument, absorbs both with equal intensity. Therefore, during this critical week, it becomes paramount to vigilantly monitor not only the content you consume, but also the emotional resonance it evokes within you. Many of these mass events serve as energetic distractions, meticulously designed to provoke knee-jerk reactions and maintain humanity's tether to the old, fading timeline. The more fear and outrage that permeates the collective consciousness, the more deeply entrenched that obsolete version of reality becomes. However, you possess the agency to consciously choose non-participation. You can observe without absorbing the weight of the world onto your shoulders. You can remain informed without becoming ensnared in the web of negativity. Utilize this critical week as an opportunity for profound introspection, questioning, to what am I dedicating my precious energy? Where is my attention inadvertently fueling fear instead of nourishing truth? You are not powerless in the face of the media storm. You are the observer, the conscious witness. Allow your inner stillness to become your most potent form of protest. Let your peace be the catalyst for revolution. You do not combat the old timeline by engaging with it in conflict. Rather, you transcend it by consciously choosing a different, higher frequency of being. Blessings. We send a warm and tight embrace to each of you from Master Lady Nada.